had a couple friends that had explored out this way and never even ventured down the road because they were not really sure what was beyond the gate.
I was curious to what it was. Like, it wasn't an abandoned ski resort. What's a scoop?
They thought it was going to be like just this really sketchy place.
And I was talking to Ski Patrol, where I ride normally, and he said, "Oh yeah, I used to hike Mount Mancelona all the time when I was in high school."
I know I was always curious when driving by it. And I've driven up with you guys plenty of times and saying, why is that not open?
And then he was telling me the history that he knew, and in like the 60s and the 70s, it turned into a hippie commune. Like, there's just lore and folklore based around this place.
My name is Jason Dodge. I first got in contact with Joe from a follower on Twitter who said that he knew of this guy that had this really unique property in northern Michigan, and knew that I was a big skier, and that it was someplace that I would probably be very interested in coming and checking out.
I was approached by a friend of mine who had bought this place, and before he had insurance on it, vandals came in and broke the windows out and did a lot of damage to the place, and he asked me if I'd be interested. He was rather depressed about the whole situation. I said, sure, I'd like to look at it. I came up the next day, we struck a deal and started working on the place. I thought it'd be a good place to bring the kids up on a weekend basis, maybe eventually move up here on a full-time basis. At the time, though, it was strictly as a real estate investment.
Mount Mancelona was once vital to the rural community's economy. The ski resort officially closed after the winter of 1986. Joe's efforts to reconstruct and market the property have been ongoing and costly. Though the lodge's nostalgic feel and vintage atmosphere are beginning to resurface, the improvements to the lodge stand in sharp contrast to the mountain.
Actually, I can take that off and see what that is. Come on, baby.
I met Mike Agrusa probably 15 years ago now. He's very creative when it comes to engineering, fabrication, this type of thing.
Yeah. My original design got pretty perverted the farther along I went. Collectively, I've been working on these lifts for about 10 or 11 years. Yeah, sure.
Hold it backwards so he can get it on the thing.
I'm gonna tuck the easy right down here, man.
Despite Mikey's attempts to repair the T-bar, we would be forced to find an alternative method of reaching the top of the mountain. It's a different world on top of the mountain. Up here, everything is decrepit, forgotten, and abandoned. There's no real sense of time, only time forgotten.
Yeah, you're on. Oh my gosh.
This is like an old truck or something that must have powered a T-bar or rope tow. Oh, who came up with this Frankenstein machine? It's a brand new engine right from the factory. I stopped in here a couple years ago and decided to go wander around the hills, and I got too close to one of the lifts and I got the bug again. I started working on the old platter lift on the other side of the hill. That's when I lived here in town. I managed to work out all the engineering problems over there, and then vandals came in and started messing stuff up.
A cook at my restaurant says that when she was a teenager, they used to break into here and party.
Good.
Yeah.
Turn her in.
I know. Well, I think it's a
There
little
wasn't
late now.
Yeah, there wasn't a window in the place when I got it.
So they had destroyed it.
Oh, they just trashed it.
It was a snack bar.
Shirley is a local business owner who skied at the mountain in her youth.
The last time I was here was in 1975. But that was basically when they started to struggle, was when Shush Mountain came in. Shanty Creek came first, but Shush actually had the bigger hills. It was all open, and there was a snack bar along the back wall there. I'm glad that he came in and did something with it. I'm really glad that he did. Yeah. Well, it's just beautiful. See, this was one of the most challenging hills right here. I never had the courage for it. But this here was my favorite. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't tell you. You have to remember the times. We were absolutely convinced at that time that we were hippies. So I guess that's probably enough said. We were probably in no shape to be skiing. One of my friends somehow fell off the T-bar. I bet she knocked the next 8 or 10 people off. We laughed so hard. But, I mean, we shouldn't have been skiing sometimes.
If the snow was just, if there was powder though, it would just be insane.
Yeah, if there was powder, it'd be crazy. You wouldn't even worry about what was there.
No, and there usually is enough snow when you go all the way back. It just goes on and on.
I think that had to have been a good half mile up around. It's a good amount of terrain.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with it.
There's a ton of potential here. Just there's a variety of terrain. I mean, there's a lot of, I would say, intermediate to advanced terrain here, and it would just take the right person to come in and really make it happen. I think what Joe's done to it in terms of like just the style and whatnot, it's very nostalgic. It's very like 50s era, you know, just right back when this, I think when this place was booming in its heyday, which is how it should be.
Oh, that's funny. This is very cute. I can't imagine being able to walk away from this, you know. He's talking about selling it. I think that's just crazy. I didn't know what to expect. I can't get over how beautiful it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't get over it. So now what's downstairs now? I'll tell you what, if I won the lottery, I'd buy this place. It's just gorgeous.
Would you do anything else with it?
No, I'd live here. I don't know. I guess you'd think that you would do something with it. But you know, with liability the way it is, can you imagine what would it cost to insure, to be able to have people skiing here? In the springtime, the face of this hill loses its snow before Shush and Shanty. This year, I don't think we've even hit 100 inches yet, have we? No, we have no snow. So, you know, and if that's your livelihood, I don't know.
Well, I've got 5 weeks left of winter, and we're gonna get more snow. I will get to the top of the hill this year. If I could only get the engine to draw gas. Still dry. Seems like every step I take, I have to take 2 steps back, but it's been worth it to get to this point.
Came here, and especially when Shush and Shanty opened, you didn't wait long to get on the lifts. Oh my goodness, how sad. Huh, just incredible. So most of this is original except for the motor itself.
Yes.
We heard you. Was it running there?
It was running. I have it running. I had to remove a safety device, but one thing after another.
Well,
But
you'll get it.
I'm gonna have it here soon. I'm on top of Mount Mancelona. I'm on top of the world right now. That was awesome. Well, now we got the new motor. No worries. So we'll use this one as a template and make some new seats. The hard part is over. Now comes some tweaking. That's all. It's my baby. She's alive!
And nowadays, I don't think you could get people to come here and ski and use that, do you? If you could go and use the chair lifts.
I haven't been paid. I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. This is my hobby. This is how I entertain myself.
For one person, this is an awful big place. I'd like to see it used as what it was intended, and that's an old eclectic ski lodge. I think it's got some great opportunities as far as snowboarding destinations, maybe a bed and breakfast type thing. I'm really at the point in my life where I'd like to start doing some other things. 22 years is a long time to be with one property, and it's a lot to keep up.
Two months after our initial investigation of the old resort, we returned to follow up with Joe. We were surprised to see remnants of snow so late in the season.
For a while, getting that lift operational, I can't say enough about Mike Agrusa. He did a great job on retrofitting that and getting that operational. That was a huge huge stumbling block getting people to the top of the hill. I've had a lot of groups come in that, you know, they'd run their kids up with a snowmobile, etc. But it's not like having a functional delivery system to the top. And that is what's inspiring me to get the hills cleared and, you know, get it back to what it was, basically.
We were glad Joe had decided to keep the property and that his renovations would continue. We're excited for the next winter, hoping we'll return to see new improvements to Mount Mancelona.
Matt, you guys should we ride in the back? Can we do that? A little back up there?
Hey, don't break that camera now. I've got some very valuable footage in it.
Yes, it does.
It's a beautiful day.